guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Callie.
I'm Brittany.
So today we are going to talk to you about one of our favorite books from October. It's a book that has taken most of the YA world by storm, and that is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Murin. I really don't know how to say her last name, so I'm guessing. And we both read this for our full-time readathon, which happened in October. We read this, I think we both did it, book about witches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're following two characters. Lou, who is a witch. She actually escaped her coven 2 years prior and has been kind of hiding in a small town with another witch from a separate type of magic. That's kind of introduced a little bit in this one, but we're thinking it'll be further down the road. And they're just kind of doing their own thing. They barely use magic. They don't really want to be detected because there is a group of witch hunters. That's where we meet Reed. He's kind of the
stereotypical soldier who follows the law to the letter.
Yes.
His entire life purpose has been to kill witches. He's done so well at it that he is a captain now.
Yes.
So we follow these two perspectives and they end up marrying each other.
Yes.
Oopie.
Whoops.
So we follow Lou and Reed kind of navigate through their lives. Reed has no idea that Lou is a witch, and Lou is trying to figure out the quickest and easiest way to run away.
Yes.
Or piss Reed off enough that he kicks her out.
Yeah.
Little bit of both. So it does take a little bit to get into the whole, I keep calling it fake marriage plot, but it's a real marriage.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like playing on the fake dating trope. It takes a little bit to get into that because we do get to know who Lou is. Not necessarily why she's run away from her coven, but how she's been surviving without her coven and without her magic. We run into Lou when she's trying to steal a ring that makes her invisible and makes her immune to enchantments. And she gets she gets seen by Reed and his witch hunters and kind of hunted down, and they accidentally bump into each other at the theater.
Yes.
And when Lou creates a scene, the Archbishop, who is the leader of the witch hunters, determines that to save Reed's reputation, they have to marry each other, but so then it is okay that Reed hit her. He attacked her
without her dress on, because he rips her dress. So she's only in her slip and her undergarments, and that's a big no-no. So the Archbishop's like, you're married.
Now you're getting married.
Surprise.
So, and the Archbishop makes a deal with Lou that she can't refuse. It's either go to jail or marry Reed. And she's like, don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And then she also realizes this is the best way she can be protected by her old coven, is if she's
with a witch hunter.
Living with the enemy, guys. That's what she decides. But she's pretty stubborn when it comes to, I'm just going to live my life. I'm just going to do this and get by. She didn't really have any intentions of falling for said witch hunter.
No.
But
their love story makes me so happy. They not quickly, I don't want to say quickly, but they slowly start to fall for each other. And I think that this book is so well written that it doesn't happen like that. You see in the little things, they start small. They start with talking to each other about their past, how they ended up where they are, and then they just start sharing different parts of each other, and it's glorious.
It's so nice.
And it's beautiful, and I love it a lot.
Because it goes from enemies to friends to lovers, and it makes me happy.
There are lots of things in this whole story that make me happy, and I think that is a safe spot to go into spoilers.
Yes.
So, in case you don't know, Serpent and Dove is a new adult book, which means that the targeted age is 17 and up. Because there's some steamy stuff in this book. Ye be warned.
Yes. It kind of snuck up on me.
Oh, yeah.
I was just reading, it felt very...
It was a cute scene, and then it turned from cute to steamy like that.
And I was not prepared, but... Whew!
That was it was one of the best scenes I've ever read
I will say it was the best for me, and I read quite a bit of adult romance.
This ranks number 2 for me.
And
so
yikes.
This ranks, it's still, nothing will ever beat the scene from A Court of Mist and Fury. If you know chapter 55, you know what I'm talking about. This is close. Like, it's that close. But the way that they fall in love is just so realistic to actual relationships, and it's so beautifully written and so beautifully done. And then Reed finds out she's a witch. And he finds out at a very poor time.
Yeah.
Like, the worst time he finds out she's a witch.
Yep.
So, basically, the Lou's coven wants to take back the land. The land that they're on used to belong to her coven, which was a specific type of witch, which is sort of the general witch that you see in pop culture and all of that. And the way they were going to get this land back was to sacrifice Lou. Because Lou is the daughter of the head witch. And Lou ran away because she did not want to be sacrificed. Naturally. So that is where she has been hiding for the past, I think, 2 years is what it was.
Yep.
So she's been hiding for the past 2 years, and her mother finally finds her. And they find her by performing a play for the Archbishop. Basically announcing to the world that the Archbishop is Lou's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one caught me by surprise.
Oh, wasn't ready for that.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I didn't really have any theories on who Lou's dad was.
I didn't think it was important.
I honestly thought it was just some random hookup. Because
right.
That's what witches do.
These
witches tend to want to have female companions. They
right.
they don't really have affection towards males. They see them as,
breeders.
Oh, baby me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it was kind of a shock that the Archbishop was
her dad. It
the
was
dad.
not ready for that. And then the brothel owner, we find out in the same chapter, is Reed's mother.
Yeah.
Who is a witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I kind of saw coming.
I will say, I did kind of see that one coming.
It did.
Reed's mom was going to be a witch. I didn't think it was going to be an important character.
I thought it was just going to be a witch.
A witch. Yep. You kind of see that coming when it comes to, again, males are also orphaned by witches. Kind of goes back to the matriarchy of the way the witches kind of run themselves. So they don't really see males as important. It's also believed that males don't have magic.
Which they don't in this lore till later.
We'll get into it. So all males born from witches are orphaned, and Reed's an orphan, and
You can put 2 and 2 together.
Yes.
What I didn't see with Reed was that he is the king's bastard.
I didn't see that coming either.
Super didn't. I was like, the witch part is gonna be like the twist enough, but no, we had to twist and then more. So basically what happens if Lou is sacrificed, every person who is a part of the king's lineage just will suddenly die. And then Lou finds out that Reed would be one of these people. And yeah, it's bad news bears. So there's a very emotional moment where I actually had to put the book down when it is announced that Lou is a witch. And she was unable to tell Reed herself, and she tries to sort of explain herself, and he's like, "You're not my wife." And my heart just broke. Oh my God. Because she carries that on. She's like, if he doesn't love me, my life's not worth living. And she just goes to be sacrificed.
Yep. She just kind of gives herself up, and that's one thing that was really powerful. This is also before she realizes
his parentage.
The parentage. This is before any of that. So she's just like, you know what? To free him of me, I'm just gonna go.
I'll go. Like, it'll be fine.
Yep.
He can handle himself. She's watched him fight. He can go, and if he doesn't want me, then I'm just gonna go.
Yep.
And then she finds out the parentage right before her sacrifice, and that's when she loses her shit.
Yeah.
It's a good time. So they infiltrate the coven, Reed and Ansel and Coco, who is the other witch. And that is when Reed sort of taps into Lou's power almost and saves her. And then they run away. And then Reed has magic!
Surprise! I honestly, that is why this is one of my favorite books, is because you kind of see some of the things coming. Like, you see little bits and here and there, but it's the big reveals that were actually surprising that I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, I had no idea that was going to happen, just because it's so adamant that, you know, it's a matriarch when it comes to the witches, and then it's a patriarch when it comes to the witch hunters. There's no overlapping in that, and then all of a sudden there is, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's just, it was so well done, and it wasn't just like twist after twist after twist.
Yeah.
It happened organically. And I think that was so well done and says a lot about Shelby Murin's writing style. And this is her debut, and boy, am I impressed.
Same.
Holy buckets, am I impressed. And I need Blood and Honey, like, now.
No.
Because we're going to be going to the Blood Witch Coven, which is Coco's coven. And I don't know what to expect, because I expected this to be all about the love story, where I would say this was about 50-50, if not 60-40.
Yeah.
Like 60 adventure, 40 romance. Like, romance wasn't necessarily the central arc, but it did propel the plot.
Yes.
And I really loved that. I love it when romance isn't in the front and center, where we still have an adventure. Lou is still like this independent woman and everything, even though she willingly gave herself up to her mother after Reed said that she wasn't his wife. She still had that independence about her and stubbornness, and she was like, I'll go. I'm not going to make it easy for you, but I'll go.
Yeah.
And I really loved that about Lou's character. And Reed's character, watching him develop was one of the better things ever. Because he just goes from this cookie cutter soldier boy to who I'm like, he's not going to have a personality. He's going to just suck. And he does in the beginning. He is that cookie cutter, good boy, raised in the church kind of a thing. I'm here to kill witches. But he develops so well, and we get to learn more about him and who he is as a person. And he is one of my favorite things about Reed is at the very beginning, Lou has a potty mouth, and it's glorious, and I'm here for it. So every time she swears, Reed kind of yells at her.
Cringes
and like he's
behave yourself kind of thing.
Yeah, act like a lady kind of a thing. But as we get further and further in the book, Reed starts to swear, and I've never been so excited to read a character swear in my life, because it was great. It was
amazing.
When I saw him swear for the first time, which was him admitting to himself that Lou was the love of his life, I lost my mind.
So nice.
Just flip. I'd put the book down and just, I'll read. He's my baby little cinnamon roll, and I love him.
I think one of my favorite parts, too, was the way the Archbishop got his. Reed kills him. Just, boop, done. And you're like, I had to reread that part a couple times, actually, because it's like one of those things like, bet you won't do it, and then he does, and you're like...
Because I thought Lou was going to do it.
Oh, okay.
Super thought Lou was going to do it. That didn't happen.
It was a shock factor, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And that's going to be an interesting point in Blood and Honey, because Reed, some of the other witch hunters witnessed that.
Yes.
As they were storming the coven. So Reed is kind of now an outcast, which is one of the reasons they are running to the Blood Witch Coven, to run away from the matriarch of Lou's coven, because she didn't get her comeuppance yet.
Yikes.
I'm hoping. And Reed is now an outcast. So is Ansel almost, because he was there. Ansel is one of the witch hunters. Well, he is a witch hunter apprentice almost. And I'm guessing he's also the son of a witch, because he's an orphan. So Blood and Honey should be interesting. I'm a little scared that this is going to go Romeo and Juliet, because there are some hints. There's some hints. More like not Romeo and Juliet to the point of like suicides kind of death, but sacrificing for each other. there's some hints and I'm not happy about it. So I'm interested to see where Blood and Honey goes. I am super interested to see about the Blood Witches, because Blood Witches are just very fascinating coven of witches to begin with.
I just love this book, guys.
I do too. It's a great book. I highly recommend. This is worth the hype. 100%.
It is.
100% worth the hype.
Yep, I agree.
It is a bit of a slow start, little bit of world building, but super worth it. 100% worth. Promise.
It is. Yes. Yeah.
So I think that is all we're going to say on Serpent and Dove, besides go and read it, please. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
And be sure to follow us on Instagram and Goodreads. Our accounts will be linked below.
And we will see you guys in our next one.
Bye!